Good morning and welcome to the Lancaster County Correctional Facility Joint Public Agency meeting for Tuesday, November 28th. I'm Todd Wilchin. I am chair of the JPA. On my left, Mayor of Lincoln, Chris Beitler, Vice Chair, City Councilman Roy Christensen. On my right, Commissioner Bill Avery. From the County Clerk's Office, Corey Beatty will be taking minutes for the meeting. From the County Board Office, we have Dennis Meyer, who is the County Budget and Fiscal Officer. Now, if you please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, and then just one housekeeping item, a reminder that this meeting is subject to the Nebraska Open Meetings Act. A copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is located at the wall at the entrance of the room. Ms. Beatty, would you please start the agenda?
First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes from September 12th, 2017.
So moved. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from our last JPA meeting on September 12th. Any discussion or corrections? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Beitler?
Yes.
Christensen?
Yes.
Avery?
Yes.
Wilchin?
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0. Item 2 is approval of claims processed through November 21st, 2017.
All right, good morning. The only claim we've got out there is we need to make a principal and interest payment that is due December 1st. So with that, it is a little less than $3.9 million, and it will be our 9th principal payment that we'll be making on these JPA bonds. So the JPA is actually just down to, we will be making 2 payments a year. This one here that comes due in December, and then we'll have one that will come due the first part of June. So we're just down to principal and interest payments.
Okay, any questions for Mr. Meyer? Otherwise, I entertain a motion.
Dennis, would you give me that number again?
It's $3,897,427.50. So just a little less than 3.9.
I move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the claim, which is the principal payment of 3.9, just under 3.9 million for December 1st. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Avery?
Yes.
Beitler?
Yes.
Christensen?
Yes.
Wilchin?
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0. Item 3 is adopt a bond resolution. The resolution is authorizing the issuance of not to exceed $40,985,000 aggregate principal amount of correctional facility refunding bonds, Series 2017.
Good morning, Scott Keene, Emeritus Investment Corp.
Mike Rogers, Gilmore and Bell.
The resolution before you this morning authorizes the issuance of refunding bonds to take out the existing 2009 bonds that the payment of which you just discussed. Those bonds were issued February of 2009, obviously to construct the jail. The final maturity of the 2009 bonds is December 1 of 2028, and after this payment that you'll be making December 1st, you will have $40,985,000 of principal amount outstanding. Those bonds are callable December 1st of 2018, so 1 year from now, and they have an outstanding true interest cost of approximately 4.9%. We are conservatively estimating that we could refinance those bonds with a true interest cost closer to 2.5%. So clearly there's been a significant drop in interest rates since those bonds were issued. The resulting savings, again conservatively estimated to be about $440,000 per year, would result in present value savings of about $4.2 million, or 10% of the outstanding par amount of bonds. The GFOA recommends a targeted minimum level of savings for advance refundings like this one of at least 5% of the outstanding principal amount. So again, at our targeted 10%, or conservatively estimated 10%, this would be considered a very good candidate for refunding. Dennis and I met with Standard & Poor's last week. We had actually talked with Moody's about this financing, about the JPA altogether about 3 weeks ago. Both agencies are expected to have their ratings to us by this Friday, December 1st. Our plan is to be in front of the council with the City Council's resolution Monday, and with their approval, your approval today, and the mayor's signature on the resolution on Tuesday of next week, we are in shape to get to market on Wednesday of next week and try to capture as much of the market as we can. We've had interest rates bumping up here over the last 2 or 3 weeks. There is supply coming to market as we're getting closer to the end of the year and with some of the proposed tax law changes. So we're just trying to move as quickly as we can to try to capture as much of the savings as we can. With that, I'm happy to answer any question, or Mike is happy to answer any questions you might have with regards to the resolution itself.
I mean, Mike, did you have anything to add, or?
Oh, just that the resolution authorizes a principal amount of not to exceed $40,985,000 in bonds, which is the outstanding principal amount of the 2009 bonds, and a final maturity of not later than December 1st of 2028, which is the current final maturity of the outstanding bonds. So there won't be any additional stated principal amount, or final maturity won't be extended. And also the resolution does specify that there needs to be a minimum level of savings of the 5% present value savings, which Scott referenced as the GFOA recommended minimum for an advance refunding like this.
Excellent. I'll just point out that the county board did approve this resolution last Tuesday.
Yes,
Thank you.
And yeah, the joint public agency agreement specifies that the county board and the city must both approve bonds issued by the joint public agency, which is why we sought the county board's approval and are seeking the city council's approval next week.
And then also I just point out that the savings for the advance repayment would be realized by the city taxpayers. The way that the original, this was before I was elected, I think, well, 3 of us were elected, and the mayor was still was the mayor at the time, but the way that the agreement was set up, the county would be responsible for $2 million of the levy authority, and then the city would make up the difference. So as a result, the savings will be realized by the city taxpayers when they receive their property tax statement. There are 2 separate lines, so the county line and there's a city line. But the people that do live in the city do pay twice for the JPA. So I think it's reasonable that the savings would be, recognized by the city.
Thank you.
That's right.
Thanks for adding that.
And that is property tax relief, I would point out. So, any questions for Mike or Scott? Otherwise, I'd entertain a motion.
I'll move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the resolution authorizing the issuance of not to exceed $40,985,000 in aggregate principal amount of correctional facility refunding bonds, Series 2017. Any discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Christensen,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Beitler,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Next item is item number 4, public comment.
Anyone in the audience wishing to speak on an item not on the agenda? Okay, seeing none, please
Okay.
continue with the next agenda item.
Item number 5 is setting of the next meeting.
All right, I've got the date of December 19th out there. I'm hopeful that we can do that again, like at 10:30 after the county board meeting. We need to amend the budget because of the refunding of the bonds. So we're going to need to, I will need to publish, we'll hold the hearing, and we'll adopt amended budget so that we have the, when the bonds are finalized, we have the spending authority within there. So I'm shooting for December 19th to finalize that.
At 10:30?
Yes.
Same time, same place?
Yep.
Okay. Are there any objections? Okay, I think it's the consensus that that would work.
Okay.
Okay. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
I
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to adjourn. Please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes.
Beitler,
Yes.
Christensen,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0.
Okay, we are adjourned. Have a good day.